So how I start a mix every time I get sent files is by opening up a mix template, then I grab my files and drag and drop them into my session. If I need to move them around, then I'll move them around. This is a mix template that I've created in the previous video. If you haven't seen that video, don't go there yet. Check that out afterwards. So I've got my beat and I've got some vocals, and that looks like it's the main vocal. So I just arrange the vocals where they need to be. What am I sitting like that for? I can't see because of this microphone. They look like stabs to me. So we're going to put ad-libs and stabs. There's no double in this one, so we can get rid of the double. And then once I've done that, I will find the BPM of the song. So when I come to using my delays and my reverbs, I know that everything's going to be in time. It's not going to be all wishy-washy and all over the place. So find the BPM.
Starting from the bottom, but I know where I'm trying to get to. Wait.
72, so it's a drill beat. So we say 144, double time. And then once I've done that, I'll start to clean up the different vocal recordings. A quick way to do that is by pressing Control and X, and it will bring up a little box. You can use a threshold to change and get rid of the dead space. Now, with the dead space, you don't want to get rid of everything because there's going to be some breaths in there, but this will allow you just to quickly clean up your audio files by using these different parameters. Once you've done that, you're happy with it, click OK. Quick check to see what's going on. Your files are all highlighted at the moment, so if you're not happy with it, you can just get your arrow tool, hover over at the bottom left, and it will create this new C with 2 arrows bracket, and you can just drag it across. So you're still going to have the breaths there. Again, in your next file, Control and X, use a threshold, and minimum time it to accept as silence. Okay. You can push that forward. The pre-attack time, we can make that a bit longer if you want, and then press OK again. So once you've prepped your mix, then you want to save it as file, save as. And this is important because if you don't save it properly, then you're going to run into problems if you're trying to send this session out to someone else, or you switch up your hard drives for some reason, and then when you come to open it again, there's going to be files missing. So make sure you're doing it properly. So you can save it as a package or a folder. I like to save it as a folder. Make sure you've selected and checked audio files, sample audio editor, data. Make sure you just check the boxes that you've used within that session. So if you use sample audio data, then check that box. But the most important one is audio files, because that's just going to copy everything to that one folder. If you use Space Designer impulse responses, then you're going to need to check that box. Any files that you use in that session, just check that box. Know where you're saving it to. So I'm going to save mine to Logic Pro X. That's where all my sessions are. And we're going to call this Mix Prep YouTube Vid 2022. And then, no, we don't want a 22 because then it's going to date it. Then we just hit save and we're good to go. But that's how I prep a mix every time I get files sent from me, from an artist, a client, to mix their music. So in the next video, I'm going to show you how to gain stage your recordings, your vocals, so you're ready to start setting levels and creating your mix.